I think it's helped my real estate business so much is because I'm top of mind to my sphere of influence, my friends, my family, my past clients. They're seeing what I'm doing every day. They're not only seeing my real estate transactions, which is part of what I do, but they're seeing where I go to eat. I'm doing bagel reviews.
All right. Welcome to LabCoatAgents. For those of you joining us live on the Facebook and those of you joining us live in Zoom, welcome. This is a yet another going to be an awesome webinar with our friends at Very Social. We've got some different hosts with us today. Obviously, you guys remember Ryan. Ryan is always on with us. Ryan, welcome back. It looks like you're like sitting in your living room. Is that right?
No, I'm at the Javits Center in New York City at a convention, the condo and co-op convention here.
Dude, it would have been way cooler if that was your living room.
It looks like a spaceship. It's pretty cool. They just renovated this place. This is like an iconic venue for all conventions in New York City.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, welcome back. And Brylie and Charlie, welcome as well. I know you guys are do a lot behind the scenes. Why don't you just real quickly introduce yourselves? And then we're going to get started. And I'm going to just real quickly tease this. Social media audits today. There was a few brave people that stepped forward, and we're going to do some audits. This is going to be awesome content. For those of you that are sitting there thinking, hell no, you're not auditing mine. You can sit back and watch how we audit theirs so you can make yours better. But let's start with, I'm sorry, Charlie, but the better looking one. We got to go with the female first.
Please,
Brylie,
it's understandable.
Introduce yourself.
Hi, yeah, so I'm Brylie and I'm a social media manager for Very Social. So I basically just manage our clients' accounts and make sure that their content is great.
Awesome. Glad to have you. Charlie.
So my name is Charlie with the Very Social team. Been with Very Social since the beginning. I also do a lot of work with the Garson team, so Ryan's real estate team, as well as working on a lot of Ryan's social media, which is a lot. If you follow him on Instagram, you see we post a lot of content at Ryan G Sells NYC. Aside from that, I manage our organic growth team and just kind of fill in with various tasks in the team. Yeah.
Awesome.
Nice to meet you all.
And I will say this, I always get asked to host these probably because, I don't know, maybe just because I'm that good looking or probably not, but because I'm a customer and I am a user and have been a user for well over a year now of Very Social. I love the platform and I would go check out Ryan's Instagram account. I would go check out Very Socials. I follow them. They inspire me. So they're really awesome. And you guys are, before we get started, you do have an offer today for those of, for our listeners, for LabCoat community in general, which is if you signed up today, you get 1 month free on a 4-month contract, correct? Is there anything else to add to that, Ryan?
Nope, that's it. It's a great deal.
Awesome. Well, let's get started. Let's dive in. Let's do some audits, man. So Ryan, I'm going to let you kind of take over and I'm just going to be a peanut gallery in the background.
Yeah. So, just to kind of give a little background, if you guys are the first time listening, I'm a real estate broker in Manhattan. I have a 10-person team. We're going to do $100 million this year in real estate. That's like pretty amazing for us. And it's honestly, it really has doubled. And I really have to give that to like building my brand on social media. And I feel like I'm so happy to have Brylie and Charlie on because I think they're so integral to like everything that we do. And like I came up with this amazing concept of, Very Social where we, have a curated service where we, work with you on elevating your social media. So like I started this business because I was working with someone like Brylie. Like I was working with a social media manager because I didn't have the time nor the skill set to do social media at a really high level. So I started working with the social media manager that just freed me up to really create the content. They put it out there, they wrote the copy. They gave me, tips and tricks on like what I should be posting. And it just totally elevated. I actually just hit 15,000 followers. And I think that's amazing because I actually have influence. Jeff, when we first started together like a year ago, I probably was at like, 7,000, which was still good, but I have 15,000 and it's very organic. These are not paid for. They're people that know me, that people I talk to all the time. They comment, they DM me, you know, they're just really into what I'm doing. And I think that has a lot to do with Charlie. Like Charlie, we spent a lot of time talking about the content, like the strategy, coming up with a really great calendar, putting together really interesting Instagram stories. And you know, I think it's helped my real estate business so much is because I'm top of mind to my sphere of influence, my friends, my family, my past clients. You know, they're seeing what I'm doing every day. They're not only seeing my real estate transactions, which is part of what I do, but they're seeing where I go to eat. I'm doing bagel reviews. They're seeing what I'm doing with my kid. I go to the diner every Saturday. They're seeing what fashion trends I'm wearing. You know, I do fall fashion videos. I partnered up with a sample sale that has over 200,000 followers and create a video for them. I did a video for a new restaurant that was opening. You know, so it's like I'm collaborating with local businesses in my community. And of course, you're seeing a ton of New York City content. I really feel like I'm the mayor of New York City. And I put a lot of also social currency, you know, things that I'm interested in, cryptocurrency, current events, political stuff. You know, these are all value add stuff. If you put it all together, I feel like I have my own reality TV show. And a lot of that is because of Brylie and not Brylie, because of Charlie, but then I have Brylie, who I'm actually offering to you guys. Like, you could actually work with her. She can do all these things for you. It's an amazing content. It's all curated, and it's your brand, and you guys work together in a collaborative process. So there's good social media and there's bad social media. So today we're gonna kind of talk about it. Hopefully there'll be more good than bad. Usually not if they're not working with us. But Charlie, let's kick this off and start doing some social media audits.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen.
While you're doing that, Charlie, I am also going to mention, I looked up my insights, Brian, while you were talking. I've actually picked up close to 400 followers just in the last 30 days. I would say consistently, though, because part of that's because I'm on webinars all the time, but I would say consistently, I'm probably picking up 100 followers a month as a result of what Very Social does for me. I think that's really important. And he's right. I have bought followers in the past and have had to clean my stuff up. I would never do it again. It was the dumbest thing I could have ever done, but I didn't know any better. And I learned, and this is organic growth, and it's very powerful.
Absolutely. I think that's one of the biggest points that a lot of people don't understand is that when you're engaging in all these kind of like inauthentic ways to build your following, build your brand, build your engagement, you're just flagging your account and really hindering the actual engagement that you can be building with your community. People aren't going to be seeing your posts as much, but then you can always do what Jeff did, like go through, tidy that up, build your natural community like he's doing on here and other events. And that's very powerful. But we have our first audit here. I'm going to kick us off. This is DawnVeronica Curry Realtor. So you can just get kind of a sense of the feed here.
Where's Dawn out of? That's the first thing I want to know. What community? I don't see it.
Right. So just looking through this grid now, we don't see a ton of cohesion. Oh, look, some pictures, some videos. That's nice. Some value add things. One of the main things that stands out to me is that not much seems to be really working together. And so while there are really good concepts for, you know, adding value or getting to know Dawn, it just doesn't look great together. So we need to kind of decide on one of these aesthetics, whether we're going to be going for something clean and white and simple like this with an accent color that matches her branding, which is what we suggest for most of our clients. Or if, you know, she wanted to be something like this, where we're using these fun kinds of fonts, a lot of photos, overlaid text. We just need to establish some kind of aesthetic for her. It looks like this kind of orange and white is her brand colors, I would assume. We would do a little bit more of a deep dive, like looking into her website, her branding, obviously talking to her. But yeah, I think we need to decide on.
Why don't you go to open up her website, so maybe we can get a feel for her actually brand on her website and how we can translate that to her Instagram.
So it looks like an improper link, or that her website is no longer hosted. So that's an issue as well. I would definitely recommend updating that website or just taking that down completely for now, just because that doesn't look very professional, obviously. So looking here, we need to establish some content pillars. I would say like family and pets. Actually, we have some family shots here. People love this kind of content. This is a small page, but there are, you know, comments, engagement on these kinds of posts. Would definitely suggest that she lean into video. Video is obviously the future of social media, and it's actually combined into the main feed now, where before you would have Reels, IGTV, videos are combined into this main feed here. But if you want to sort them, you can click this tab now. Leaning into video, again, not pictures that are like in a form of video with like maybe a text overlay. That's not really the goal. More so here, her hopping on camera, telling a little bit of her story, just getting familiar with her audience. That's really brand building.
That one looks like it has the most views too at 27.
Exactly. So, you know, while these are small numbers, like this is a fairly new page. You need to look at what's working and then replicate that. So, you know, storytelling, awesome. Very casual. Done is better than perfect. And while we believe in amazing content and really refining that and looking at that and finding out what works, just post. You know, we need to have content to go with. So I would say we should whittle this page down to like a family and friends and like personal kind of pillar, like these kinds of posts. And then with the dog, posts like these would work in nicely. Value add for real estate, little tips for selling your home or buying a home. Could even incorporate like quotes of the day into that, into a similar aesthetic. Meme not getting a lot of traction. Yeah, we need a cohesive vision here. We need a couple content pillars, which I would say would be a little bit more informed upon talking to her. It looks like quotes are a big thing. I would say that would be another content pillar. And they do pretty well. Like you see, this one has, you know, 17 likes, a couple comments, performing really well for her. Again, we can get a really clear vision of this by looking at her insights within her account. But yeah, I would definitely develop the memes, the quotes, the family content. And then for the rest, find ways to make that real estate content engaging. So combining when you're talking on the video, flip the camera around, do a quick walkthrough tour. People see a lot of pictures, and something like this is engaging. Like connect, make it personal. Walk through with your daughter. Like have your 10-year-old daughter do the walkthrough and make it a little bit funny. Something like that. Just really connecting with that audience that way. And then let's see.
All right, give us a chance here, Charlie. Don't take it all here.
I know. Sorry. Last tip I would say is like community building, making sure she's not just leaving all these comments to rot. So going into those posts when people are leaving comments, starting the conversation with them. We don't want to just leave them talking to nobody. That's a big part of what we do as well. So, and with that, we can move on to Brylie. I'm sorry for talking for so long, everyone.
I don't know. Brylie, is there anything left? Charlie just like went through that whole page. What an audit. Oh.
All right. Yeah, so next we have Anita, who we can see automatically from her bio, she is based out of Naples, which is nice that that's there. But my first thing would be about her bio is to add more, like, it doesn't say anything about real estate aside from reading that link there. So kind of adding some bullet points of like real estate and maybe what some of her hobbies are, making it just a little more personable there instead of just her name and a link. And then moving into the feed, we can see that she's very focused on education, like real estate tips, home buying tips and stuff, which is really great, but it's not super cohesive, as Charlie said with the last one. So what I would suggest here is really honing in on like your branding. So your brand colors, your brand fonts, having some consistency here with the graphics, because they are great info, but it kind of looks messy when you first glance at the feed. Another thing here is there isn't a ton of variety and diversity in her content. So we have all of this education, but we don't know who Anita is. So like, where are the, like, we want her face on here. We want her hobbies, we want it to be personable so that people see her not just as a real estate agent, but like as who are they going to be working with. So we just want to get some of her personality on here, whether that's if she has hobbies like gardening or working out, or she's a foodie. we want to really tap into that and kind of add that as a content pillar on here. Also, just again, adding photos of people and her face and maybe her with clients or her with people in her network or her family and friends, any pets that she has. Pets do great on social media. People love animals, so that's always a great thing for engagement. She has some video on here, but I think it's more like the graphics moving, not necessarily like true video. So we'll want to kind of hop on that trend. Obviously, video is the future of social media. So getting her face in front of the camera and maybe sitting down and just filming a bunch of videos where she's just talking about these tips and not necessarily using a graphic would be a great idea for that, just so that you have that face-to-face connection, because I think that's super important here. But I think the info here is great. We just want to put it in a more digestible format for her followers.
Yeah, I feel like I don't really know who this person is based on this Instagram. I feel like I like all the like the graphics and stuff, but I think it needs to be mixed in with a little bit more personal branding. Also, if you go down, I feel like a lot of these photos, I don't know if she took them or sourced them out. I can't really tell the difference. It seems like it's almost like an automated service. There is a lot. That's the difference between Very Social and some of these other companies, is that they're automated service. So for like, yeah, for $200 a month, you can get a lot of the, and I don't know if she's doing this or not, but you can get a lot of the generic, really popular real estate graphics, and then you're going to have 1,000 other agents with those same graphics. I think we really pride ourselves on everything being like authentic to our clients. But I actually, if you go there, like the pictures, like those pictures of houses, go down.
At the very beginning.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even, I feel like everything is kind of like those right there. Those probably are like hers. And that, like that picture right there, like those, you could tell right off the back, like, who's like, if she's taking the pictures or not. And even like when we do some stuff like with some graphics and some value add stuff, we really try to like make those pictures very like we only use that for our clients. We don't want to use a picture that 1,000 other agents are doing. Like we really want it to be unique. And also I don't like see the personal branding. I think Charlie talked a lot about the pillars of content. Like I don't see that. Like there's a difference between good social media and bad. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm probably not, this is an audit, but if you're just saying like, talking about refinancing or buyer tips or just sold or just listed or open house, like people are just going to scroll right through it. Like I think our goal at Very Social is to get people to stop scrolling, to look and to pay attention. And I think you got to do that by being personal, by really working off your pillars of content. Like my pillars of content, I already told them it's food, it's fashion, it's social media, it's real estate, it's New York City. It's my family, like you're going to see a good mixture of that, like in my social, in my in-feed, and then like really putting it together in an aesthetically pleasing fashion. So I think like showing a little bit more personality, because that's how you're going to connect with your sphere of influence. Like you're, by going to the new restaurant and someone sending you a DM, how was the restaurant? Or like something, going to a park on a beautiful day. I was there too, like those little like DMs start conversations that like lead to sales. And that's what we put a lot of time and effort and create these amazing, engaging stories to create dialogues. So you're not pounding the pavement on somebody, that you sold a house 2 years ago. Instead, it's like an organic like connection, reach out for something in common. And that's how conversations start.
I would also say something that's a good note for her page is that I think her captions are great and her hashtags are great. She has a ton of them. They're specific to her area. And she uses like fun emojis in her captions and they're organized. So I think that's great. One thing I would add is that adding geotags to all of her posts that are specific, that's proven to really help with engagement and growth. And also another thing she can include, if maybe she doesn't love putting like her face on her social media, is highlighting local businesses, local restaurants that she frequents. Those do great, because if you're tagging that restaurant or that business and then they're reposting your stuff, then you're gaining your local audience, and that will prove to get you some
I
leads.
feel like she's got a great page.
Mhm.
It's like a part of a page though. It's not the full thing.
Right.
You know, I feel like this would be one of my pillars, you know, all like the value add stuff and the, you know, being like, yeah, I can see that she's kind of being the expert and the authority on information, but I think she's just missing the personal part. And I think if you can mix the two, like you're on for an awesome page and you'll get a ton of engagement.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly that. Let's see.
The one thing I will add to what you said, Ryan, about the authenticity and finding your pillars is the way I look at social media is it is my own personal reality TV show. And
Exactly.
everybody is sucked into reality TV. Why? Because, you know, again, they're not going to social media to learn about your latest listing. They're just not. And they don't give a crap about the rates. They don't give a crap about the market update. They don't give a crap about any of that stuff. You're just sprinkling that in to remind them what you do. What they care about is what you're eating for breakfast. I know that sounds stupid, but that's the reality of why people are going to social. So give them what they want. Make it your own reality TV.
Yeah. Yeah, they need that connection with you, not ads that are all being pulled from, you know, the same place. We feel like you don't know you that way. Okay. So Ryan, do you want to take this one?
Okay. I don't know where this KarinaAmor 3. Go back. I'll start with the bio. So she's following more people than followers. It definitely seems like a beginner account. Just her name. Like I love a good bio. Like we really love a good bio. You know, where do you live? What do you do? I need some more information. I'm also really big on the link trees that go to like the website and your listing page and your YouTube and, you know, all of that. And there's no story highlights, which we always like to like create really great graphic designs with the stories. So, I mean, sorry, Karina, this is as basic of a bio as you can get. So I think like you start there. I do like your profile pic though. Very professional, nice headshot, looks good. Oh, she's Compass. She's Compass. Good, just like me. Okay, going down. And it looks like she's in Miami from that first picture. South Middle River, Fort Lauderdale. That's where I'm from. I'm actually from Fort Lauderdale. Okay. Okay. All right. So same thing as the last one. Good real estate, bad real estate. Like there's no personal branding here whatsoever. I love the Compass graphics. Like Compass graphics are great. They should be like a 10th of your content. Like they should be, you know, on Thanksgiving and we're looking at Thanksgiving and Easter. Like her last post was in Easter. That was in April. Like, so her last post was like 8 months ago. So I'll tell you what we help you with: consistency. We're going to do it for you. You're paying us, so you're going to want to be posting. Like we'll do the posting for you. We create our calendars a month in advance after final approval from you. But it's being done for you. Like when I said at the very beginning, I started this business because I didn't have the time, you know, to be consistent with it. Like you really need the time when you have somebody like working on, you know, collaborating with you to be posting for you. Like that's a really big part. So, you know, post consistently, don't wait 8 months, but maybe she's doing the right thing. You know, she hasn't been posting. She wants to get an audit. And I'm going to give it to her. I'm going to, let's keep on going down. So wait, these two pictures right there, like the picture of the water, a little bit up, I think. Like that's a good picture. Like I actually really like that picture, and I like the tile to the right on the right side too. You know, like those are like really like authentic pictures. You know, I like pictures like that in my stories, like every day. A good little tip that I do is in New York City, and I think the same thing being in South Florida. I can be in the Upper West Side, Lower East Side, Greenwich Village, Brooklyn Heights. You know, I can be in these different neighborhoods, you know, in one day. I can be in 6 or 7 different neighborhoods. So I like to take like one like picture when I'm walking around, just like I admire New York City. I admire where I live. And I just like take a picture of a building or a restaurant or a park or, you know, just something that's like iconic to that neighborhood. And all I do is I just put a location. And it's like, I want people to know that I'm hustling, that I'm out and about, that I'm like moving around, that I'm not sitting in my office, doing nothing, waiting for the phone to ring. Like, I'm working. And I think, you know, being in South Florida, you could be in Delray to Fort Lauderdale to Aventura. And it seems like she's got a good eye. Even that, like that picture of that little beach lifeguard stand, like that's a really cool picture. Go down. There we are, Easter again. So, I mean, you know, she's got to post more. This is a beginner page. I feel like this needs a real makeover. I think you need to figure out, like, do you want to do social media or not? Right now, you're not. You know, can we help you get started and get going? Yes, we can. I think you really need a kickstart. And your compass, and you're from Fort Lauderdale, we should be talking. All right, I'm good.
All right, and on to this next one. So here we have Heidi Wearing Real Estate out of Houston, Texas. This is a great bio. It's engaging with the emojis. You can really get kind of an idea of who she is as a person just by taking a quick glance at this. Also know that she's a successful agent. You know, there's an award there, contact information present, link right there to her website. She's beginning with these highlights right here, which is amazing. I love the aesthetic where it's the color photo behind the black icons. And as she expands on that, I think that's going to look really nice for her page. Here we see a page that's doing a lot right, honestly. So let's take a little dive into this feed. Let's see. So watch, these dog pictures are going to perform really, really well, as this family picture. This is great. Yeah, people love dogs. Oh, yeah, see, this is very personal. And this is honestly around the blend of lifestyle to professional content that we want for, even for a professional real estate page. People just don't want to see your listings all day. Obviously, we've talked a bit about that. So things like these family photos, pet photos. Let's take a look at these. Okay, brief copy. Yeah, brief little storytelling here, faces. We're becoming familiar with her. We definitely know who she is just by looking at this page, which is great. It's getting a little real estate saturated here. So I would say what she's been doing lately is amazing in terms of blending in the lifestyle, the personal, local. That's great. Here, too much real estate, I would say. Just make time to create some content for all the things that you're doing in your life, because I know you're not exclusively doing real estate. You're eating dinner, you're talking to your family in the morning. Like, just find ways to tie those in that don't necessarily have to seem forced. Also, just get on camera. Like, expanding into that video is super, super, super important. I know we mentioned this earlier, but video is kind of the way of the future. It's what social media is plugging. It's what's performing really well. Wow, the armadillo video, that's great, great engagement. Another tip for her would just be to get in there and respond to these comments, like I haven't seen her doing. So here are 11 comments. This is a great opportunity to just be connecting with your community. This is an incredible shot. This is perfect content. Yeah. She has the little compass shout out. The outfit's great, like blends into the room.
Sorry, let me just run it. This, to me, this looks like a professional picture. Charlie could tell you I'm all about professional pictures. You know, what I like to do is they're called lifestyle shoots, is maybe like every quarter or 2 or 3 times a year. What I'll do is I'll spend 2 or 3 hours. I'll bring like 4 or 5 different outfits. I'll go in like to different parts of the neighborhood, a park, a restaurant, you know, a rooftop, and I'll take different pictures. And like, I just, you know, especially I would say before, you know, Instagram was really focused on visuals and pictures. And so I just felt like a powerful picture from a professional really made such a difference. And then I also use those pictures not only for my Instagram, but I would, you know, use them in my email newsletters. You know, I just feel like they had multi-purpose. It's not just Instagram. And they really went such a long way. So I'm always about like a good professional picture. But now, you know, it's going into more video. So you even have to take it to that next level. Go on, Charlie.
Yeah. Yeah. Like Ryan's saying, video is just what's being promoted between Instagram, YouTube Reels, TikTok, etc. And the short form video, vertical video, So, the more reels, the more TikTok, the more YouTube shorts you're posting, the better your content is just going to do, because that's what's being plugged through the algorithm. That's what's being shown to the most people. So, you can post a reel and in the first hour have a couple thousand views, which just isn't happening in anything else, no matter how you hashtag, tag, for most pages. So that's definitely a great opportunity to expand. She looks like she has a ton to film video of. Like, this would be a great boomerang. But yeah, let's take a look through the rest of our feed.
Charlie, you said video is the future. I would definitely argue and say video is the present. Like,
totally.
If you look at it as the future, you're going to be too late. So start getting over get over it, get over your insecurities, and just do it.
Yeah, and that's been reflected in algorithms.
So Jeff, since you have a video school, like, how do you get over it? Like, if you're, an agent like this that, is kind of like just getting on with Instagram, and we're sitting there, they're struggling just posting consistent content that's video, that's just pictures. How do they like take that next step and really start like producing videos?
I mean, the thing is you've got to embrace the fact that is the future, that is the now, but especially the future of marketing. And so there is no magic pill, and none of us that are doing video came out of the womb as actors or actresses with camera presence. And so the only thing you can do, and I speak from experience, is you just got to get uncomfortable and say, I'm going to commit and I'm going to go for it. And I know I'm going to suck in the beginning, but I'm going to practice and I'm going to do a lot of it. And I know with time, I will gain more confidence. I will become more eloquent. I will learn various tricks. And yeah, you can join a school like the Business Video School to actually learn some skills, or there's this thing called YouTube. And I have skin in Business Video School, and I'm not afraid to tell people you also have YouTube. So one way or another, you've got to figure this stuff out. And Ryan, I'm glad you asked this, because I will say this: social media is massively powerful. It's exponential, but your social media will do you very little if you're not incorporating video into it. And I always tell people all the time, because I coach people, if you don't have some basic editing skills, if you can't afford a full-time videographer, then you better get some basic editing skills. And that sounds overwhelming. It's not. It's very easy to learn. I was taught by a teenager. So learn this stuff. And I think that's a great question, Ryan. But truthfully, there's no good answer other than you're not going to like how you sound. You're not going to like how you look. You're not going to like the lighting. You're not going to like anything. But here's the reality. Your quote unquote shitty video will outperform the non-existent one all day long. So just do it.
I spend a ton of money on video. I work a lot of the time with videographers. I produce really a lot of listing videos, but now I've been getting into content creation and working with videographers on doing like neighborhood tours, or I've been doing bagel reviews. I've been doing these fashion videos. Like, I'm actually spending money to like create a 2-minute like IG video. Like, I'm spending a lot of money on it. And I wouldn't spend, I'm a smart person. I don't throw money away. Like, I see the value in it. And even someone like me who does all this money, who spends money doing it, like, I freak out right up until the shoot. Even there, like when I'm like retaking and I'm like, oh, let's do it. Let's run it back one more time. And, I think everyone's got their insecurities. I was with my videographer the other day, and he's like, you're literally evaluating and editing yourself as you speak. And he's like, you just need to relax. Like, you know what to say. And so my advice to you, just starting out in video, is like, lean into what you know. Like, if you're selling houses and you know a block, you know a neighborhood, like a certain type of house, about, home renovating, kitchens, just do a video. Get your iPhone out, have someone film it, take a couple of clips so you feel good, and just like, we can edit it. You could probably post it yourself, but honestly, the raw, like, real you videos, like, do the best. Like, when I'm stuttering or when I like mispronounce a word, which honestly happens all the time, I'm like the worst at pronouncing things. Charlie knows. Those are some of the times that I get the most videos. Like, I actually like it when people are making fun of me on the videos. Like I'd rather like get that than like, again, like not doing it at all. I think you got to put yourself out there, and the best brokers, the best agents out there are doing video. We just came from the Tom Ferry Summit, And he was like, video, video, video. He literally told everybody at the Tom Ferry Summit that, you know, you need to be creating 10 videos a month. So it's like, it's not a secret. It's not in the future. It's a total now thing. Video, video, video.
Yep. And as Instagram just announced, trends for 2022, all video related, obviously dive in there. One thing that we didn't necessarily touch on, I think, and the way that I've gotten into like video creation and just having fun with that and actually using that is just like consuming a lot of video. Like get on TikTok, find a bunch of accounts you like, find TikToks that you like and just consume, like spend 30 minutes, an hour a day, and get like an understanding of that platform or like what can be done with video or with these effects. And then it all just comes, it snowballs from there. So.
All right, guys, I got an idea. Why don't we do the next audit? Charlie, your favorite person to audit. Why don't we do me?
Oh, I love these.
So what we're gonna do is
take it easy on me, Brylie.
We'll take you through. Jeff, I want you to really give me some jabs, especially on the video stuff. You know, we'll walk you through like what we're thinking, what our strategy is, you know, how we came up with this stuff. Let's start with that middle video right over there. So that was at One Vanderbilt. It's a brand new,
this is a photo, unfortunately.
It's a brand new building right next to Grand Central. And I tried getting in there early as an influencer, but they didn't respond to me. So I had to go the first day. I bought tickets for me and 5 of my team members. And I brought a videographer that I paid out of my pocket for a content piece. So we shot a video and let's do the video. Let's do the video.
I watched this
The
video.
music playing on
Ryan,
this?
I follow you, Ryan. So I see your stuff. Actually, the only thing I would have, first of all, is it cheesy? Yes, but that's what you have to do.
What about when I put these sunglasses on? Oh, that's not cheesy. That's like Tom Cruise-esque.
No,
I knew those weren't yours. You would not buy Balenciaga.
Oh, those weren't even. I'm like, excuse me, can I borrow your sunglasses? I need to do a sunglass video right there.
It's commitment.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the only thing I would have done, Ryan, is at the very beginning, I would have made that more dramatic. Like it happened so fast. I had to go back and watch it a second time to say, what is he doing? Oh, he's making it look like he's, that's really glass probably. And you should have made it like dramatic. You could have had a dramatic entrance.
I'll tell you what, it was such a difficult, it was the first day that it opened. That place was packed. It was packed. Like you don't see anybody else there. I feel like I'm having like a moment by myself. No, I'm trying to make space and like box in my way so I can get like the south facing like Empire State Building view, but I did it for the content. I did it because, people, I wanted to be at like a brand new building that just opened up that has amazing views. Like it was a real experience. So yeah, I mean, that was something that like I kind of had on the schedule and I planned it out. Charlie, what else? What do you think we should go
I like what you just said too, by the way, Ryan, that you have to also get over is sometimes you're going to have to shoot video when you have an audience and believe me, nobody gives a crap about what you're doing. It's
exactly
the way I equate it is it's like the pimple on your face when you're in high school. To you, it's a beacon of light shining, but to everyone else, it's not even there because nobody else cares about you. They care about what they see in the mirror. And it's the same thing when you're shooting video in public. Yeah, they might take notice, but they really don't care. You make more of it in your own head than anybody else does. I promise you that.
Yeah, that's so sage wisdom and very important.
So I spent a couple $1,000s like on that content piece and like I did pretty good, but go to the one right next to it with my family.
This one.
Bam. 573 likes, 40 comments, real picture. It was my wife's birthday. My kid was saying family, like this is the stuff that you got to throw in. This is the connecting stuff. Like it was my wife's birthday. A ton of people reached out to me. Oh, happy birthday, Corolla. You know what I mean? Like that stuff, you got to sprinkle it in. And even like the One Vanderbilt, like that's real estate stuff. but it's not like me talking about like the top 5 reasons why you should buy right now, or like, will interest rates rise? You know, it's like, it's a different type of real estate stuff. It's, you know what it is? It's me being passionate about real estate, and it shows, and people get that, and people want to work with people that really care what they do. So I go out and I spend a couple of $1,000s on creating content to show that I'm passionate about people. Like, that money is going to make itself up like 10 times over. All right, let's go over some listings, some real estate stuff. So go to that Bayard, the Bayard picture, pictures. Charlie, walk them through like what we do when we get a new listing and we're promoting. Well, let's do the pictures, and then we'll do the video. How I present it when I have a new listing.
Yep. So yeah, just presenting, as many of the nice shots from the listing as possible. Really dive into, the best parts of the amenities, the area, the neighborhood. A lot of the time we'll also come up with like an accompanying like neighborhood guide. So this is in Williamsburg. So we posted a quick like 5-slide story series talking about, best of Williamsburg, restaurants, place to go see movies or shows, things like that. Just give you a little bit of a feel for the neighborhood. And then keep things fairly light.
On that, like, so we posted a listing. We posted the listing. We posted the pictures. We wrote some really, some good copy. We then advertised this. So we did a digital ad, and we targeted it to like a certain buyer that we felt was like that hit that criteria. And then we did a neighborhood tour through Instagram stories, talking about the best coffee shop, the restaurant, the McCarran Park, and really going off the views. And then I waited like a week and a half, and I did a video. Let's just show like the first 10 seconds of the video. And this is like a concept video. So, some of my videos are just like straightforward a listing. This one, one of my team members, she's actually an Instagram influencer. And so we wanted to kind of like have a little bit of a funny dialogue, so she can't figure out like what she wants to wear. And since it's like a really high ceiling, like she's like throwing her clothing at me, saying, "Oh, I don't want to wear this." But so it's like I'm hitting them on like different prong attacks of like, keeping this listing top of mind. Like I list it right away, with the strong like pictures, and I promote that digitally. Then I do the Instagram stories to really kind of get into the neighborhood. And then I like have a real good content piece a couple weeks later, really showcasing the video of the apartment. So, again, I want to promote like my family and bagels and fashion, but I'm a real estate agent trying to sell real estate on social media. And like, this is actually, to me, like Jeff said earlier, I sprinkled this in to my content piece. This is part of my content piece, and it's killer content. But it's not who I am or what I'm doing. Like after this, I think we have like a restaurant opening. We have another fashion video. The content's flowing. Like we have a whole pipeline of stuff that we're going to be promoting. Charlie, anything?
Right.
What else? Brylie, what do you think of my social? What do you got for me?
I was gonna say about that video in particular, it came across my feed this morning, and like I'm not looking for real estate in New York, but because of like the bit that you put in it at the beginning, I kept watching the whole thing because I was like, oh, what's gonna happen next? Like even if you're shooting video and like it's a little cheesy, or you are like, I don't know if this is gonna land or anything, like having that interesting like aspect to it is great instead of just like showing the home. And I think also
Totally.
a way for people to start out in video, if let's say you don't have the money to like hire a videographer, or you aren't super comfortable showing your face on camera, even if you go on your stories and you're at a showing or an open house and you're just filming the area and talking about like the biggest selling points of the home, anything like that is great because it's in the moment, it's spontaneous, and your followers are getting to see this is what you're doing right now. And you're getting video out there. So I think I love your videos that you do. And I think the best thing about your account is the balance in it, and the diversity is like, you never know what you're going to post next. And so it keeps people following and engaging.
Thank you. And just one thing, Charlie, go over the bio real quick, because I think this is a lot of people who are watching. And we we talked about this. It's really important.
Yeah, totally. We have to be linking to all the, all the places that we want to be demonstrating. Like, for example, this is Ryan's team page. Obviously, we need to make that accessible to people. People understand that he's a team leader for real estate. With who? With Compass, right there. Check out their Instagram if you feel like. And then below, obviously, Very Social. You can check out what we're doing at Very Social here. So his bio in itself is also functioning kind of as like a mini link tree, I would say, within Instagram. And then below we have a link tree here that we can click. Very simple, in the same branded colors, black and white, to take you to more of his channels where there's just not space for that. Let's see.
And there's now a new feature that Instagram announced that you can directly put links in your stories, which I think is
right
for people now.
Yeah, so that used to be reserved. Yeah,
Brylie, let's put a
Brylie.
link to this webinar today.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also another thing that we do, which we help with growth, just kind of getting into the growth, what Very Social does is we manually go on and find certain hashtags, geotags, and popular pages that fit your criteria. And we go there and we comment. So for someone like me, I'm in New York City, so we could do like Central Park. One of the most popular restaurants is Cipriani's. So we can go under, and then let's say like Gramercy Townhouse. We'll go under those hashtags and geotags and we'll comment. We'll be like, Central Park, that's like my favorite park. I go there every Sunday. Or like Cipriani's, have you tried the vodka pasta? And then they go back and they're like, who commented on my page? And they go back and they look at your page. They see the beautiful grid that we put together, and you get more followers organically. This is something that we've been doing for years, and it really works. It gets people to your page, and then they follow you. And then another growth strategy that we offer is we're a partner in Grant Butler, which owns 25 different Instagram handles that have 200 million followers combined. So like at houses, at $1 Million Mindset, at interior design. And so what they do is they repost for me. So when I have one of my video contents for like, let's say one of my listing videos, they repost it on in their grid or their story, and they have 1.7 million followers. So then a lot of these people actually come back and follow me. And so between like our manual growth marketing and really I call it like that extra boost of Graham Butler, I've been able to like grow my followers anywhere, probably around like 1,000 a month, which is, these are real followers. They're engaging with my content. They're not bots. They're not just like following me and like a lot of these like contests and then never like looking at anything I do. So like, I have 15,000 followers, super proud of that. But these are like followers that I feel like are really like part of my community. And when I have a new listing, like they see it. And guess what, guys? I'm a real estate agent. When I go on a listing pitch, I'm talking about this. I'm talking about my reach. If you look at my insights, and we look at insights all the time, especially like when we do social media audits with our clients, like we're going over the insights, we're going over what's trending, we're going over like what you should be posting, what holidays are coming up. And am I still on this? And so, really analyzing what you do and helping you grow so you have more influence is really important, especially when you're going to a seller and you're trying to sell their home and you tell them that you have, this type of reach and you're going to be doing this type of marketing on social media, because if you're not doing it, the next agent is.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah,
Let's hey guys, we got to wrap up, but I want to make sure that you give them a great place to go find you guys. Don't forget, if you sign up today, you get 1 month free. And I know they can go to, your website, verysocialnyc.com. But Ryan, is there another place that they can connect with you guys? Obviously Instagram, of course, but
yeah, go over the website. We actually just redid the website. We did a killer video for it. Follow me, Ryan G Sales NYC or Very Social NYC. Our Very Social Instagram page has like taken another level the last couple months. So much value add, so much insight. It's for agents. And thank you guys for having us, Jeff. Always a pleasure. We love Lab Coats. Keep it up.
Love you guys too, man. Looking forward to the next one. See you guys.
Bye, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.